I'd love to know your thoughts on just how leaders can just approach leading and engaging younger team members. Or if I put it another way, millennials.
I'm glad you just said the millennials because that's the number one question I'm asked, Michael, is wherever I go with companies, they'll say, well, okay, how do I engage millennials and working? And so let me talk about that for a moment because there's a high frustration, and the frustration is in the fact that most of the people asking the question of how they engage millennials are older people. And so our values are different, including work ethic and priorities and what we think is important. So when they ask me that question, I throw them a little bit of a curve, I think, but I help them. And here's how I help them. I share with them that the only way that they'll ever get the best out of millennials is to value millennials right where they are. In other words, it's not like I'm going to change you and I'm going to value you. I'm going to value you where you are. And their work ethic is different and so their priorities are different, but they have a lot to offer. And so what I teach about leadership is you have to find people before you can lead people. Too often we don't want to find them, we want to lead them. And here's one of the characteristics that I value you. If I value you, I'll take time to find you. I won't say, oh, well, look, you're part of the company now, go to your desk, let's get going. No, if I truly value you, I'll find you. Now, when I find you, then I can lead you, and I can lead you very well. And so I tell them, you got to go find the millennials. In other words, if I have a group of millennials, which we do in our companies, we have 7 of them, but I sit around the table with them and say, okay, we're family. We're going to work together. We want to make a difference together. So tell me, what are your values? Give me your number one value. And you go around the room and you find out what those are. And then you basically say to them, now what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to lead you not based on where I am, but I'm going to lead you based on that value you have. And I mean, for example, millennials, one of the things I love about millennials is they want purpose in life. And they just don't want to work to work. They want to have a meaningful, purposeful life. Well, once I find that as a value in a millennial, then I say, okay, let's talk about your job. What is it that when you do it, you find purpose and meaning in that job? And what you do is you ask questions. If you ask enough questions as a leader, the people on your team will give you the answers you need to know. And the moment that the problem with leaders is so many of us, Michael, we lead by assumption. And we assume that they're this way, and we assume that they know this, and it's a big mess. Assumption is the mother of all leadership mess ups. I mean, it's a mess up. If I don't know you and I assume, I'm going to miss you all the time, because you see, managers lead everybody the same, but leaders lead everybody differently.